Hey guys, so I'm back with another tag video, so let's go ahead and jump into this. So today I'm going to be doing the Guilty Reader tag. This was created by Read Like Wildfire, so I'll look for the video and link it down below for you guys. And I was actually tagged for this tag by Cass over at Cats and Camera. So let's go ahead and jump on into this. Question number 1 is, have you ever regifted a book you have been given? As far as I know, no. Question number 2 is, have you ever said you read a book when you haven't? Yes, and I've watched quite a few people who've done this tag already, and my answer is going to be the same as theirs, and that's going to be the only reason I have said that I've read a book when I haven't is for class specifically, because a lot of the books I've read in for class, particularly for high school, I've been a lot better for college because I'm like, I can't just bullshit my way through it like I did in high school. I actually have to know what I'm talking about. So I lied in high school and said I read books. I said I read In Cold Blood and I didn't. I said I read several other books that I didn't. I think one was Fahrenheit 451, but I fell asleep in class when we were reading that book one time. So yes, I have, but not to other people oh my gosh, yes, I've read War and Peace. And no, I would probably never read War and Peace. I've never lied about it. And if I have, which I don't think I have, it's most likely been a mistake and I thought I had, but I didn't realize I hadn't. Question number 3 is, have you ever borrowed a book and not returned it? No. I am normally really good about returning books. I don't normally borrow books. I can only think of one time probably within the last 5 years that I borrowed a book from somebody, and that was from one of my friends, and I borrowed The Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick so that I could read it and watch the movie, and I really enjoyed the book and I really enjoyed the movie. So, but I gave it back as soon as I was done. So no, I mean the only thing that I could think of remotely close to that is I used to have a library pass to the local library in my hometown, and I checked out 2 books. One of them was the second book in the Pretty Little Liars series, and the other book was an Ellen Hopkins book, which I believe was actually identical, was the one that I was reading at the time. And I didn't realize that the local library is not like the school library where your fines go away if you turn in the book. The local library doesn't do that. They still charge you a fine. So I literally forgot to return these books, had them for months and months and months, and they had charged my account. And again, I didn't realize this was a thing. And one day, my friend and I went to the library with our moms, and I was wanting to check out books, and they're like, you have a $60 fine on your account, and you cannot check out books until you pay that fine. And I was like, but I turned in my books. And they're like, it doesn't matter. And so needless to say, mom had to pay $60 so I could check out more books from the library. Question number 4 is, have you ever read a series out of order? I've come close. I have gone to pick up books and started reading them and then was like, what the hell is going on? I mean, there are books where you're just kind of thrown into whatever's happening and they'll go back and re-explain it, but no, these books are things where it's okay, something has obviously already been established that I'm just have no clue what's going on, and it's because it's the 4th book in a series. Question number 5 is, have you ever spoiled a book for someone? I really want to say no, but I kind of really fucked up one time, and this was, God, what year did Divergent come out? So this had to be junior or senior year of high school. One of my best friends, who's a big reader as well, I got her into reading the Divergent series after I had read the first book. And so I had read Divergent forever ago, and the movie's coming out, and I'd never picked up Insurgent or Allegiant, and I owned all the books. So I lent her Divergent and then Insurgent, and then after that I was oh my god, I need to read it. So then I read Insurgent and I finished Allegiant before I would give it to her, because I was I'm gonna finish this goddamn series before I let her beat me. So I guess spoilers for those of you who haven't read Divergent, which I think is everybody at this point, but spoilers? Mute me? I don't know. But, so Tris dies at the end, right? And I didn't want to tell her because she kept asking me questions, and you know when people like are asking you questions in a book that you've read and you like really want to tell them, but you're like, it's gonna ruin everything, you can't say anything. I said something on accident and I like was like, oh shit, but I was like really good about covering my tracks. Like I got her to like believe, and then and the other problem is that she like read the last page of the book after I had said it, and I was like, or after I had said it, and I was like, oh my god, no, and like I'm trying to like cover my ass really well so she doesn't realize. And then we're flipping through the book, and it wasn't like the last page of the book, but it was like some other page, and it made it like look like the book, and she read it and she's like, oh good, you know, you're right. And I was like, oh thank god I saved my ass. And then after I left her house and went home, she texted me the next day really upset because dumbass went on Tumblr and was looking up fan art, and you don't do that if you're in the middle of the series that's completed, and she spoiled herself on top of that. But one of the funniest things though is while she was reading the book, I had convinced her that Tris and I cannot think of his name right now, but Miles Tellers plays him in the movie. He's that big asshole. Ended up together, and she was so like upset, and she's like, how? And I was like, you just gotta keep reading. But it was really fucking hilarious. So as far as I know, that is the only time I've ever spoiled anybody, and so yeah, I feel really bad. But number 6 is, have you ever dog-eared a book? I have, and I have never really been one to dog-ear until this year actually. I've never really dog-eared pages, I always use bookmarks. But I've gotten to the point where it's with my school books, I really don't care. I don't want to have a bookmark and then worry about it falling out in my backpack or when I'm moving it around, so I just dog-ear the pages to make it easier. And they're like school books, so it's not like my personal like collection. Question number 7 is, have you ever told somebody you don't own a book when you do? I don't think so. If I have, it hasn't been on purpose, it's been on accident. Like I didn't realize I owned it, and then I went back and looked through my bookshelves one day and realized that I did have it. I guess the only person would be like my sister's friends. I'd be like, no. But then she would probably just go behind my back and steal my book. Like she did that. I lent my copy of The Fault in Our Stars out to a friend. They read it, I got it back. My sister wanted to read it, so I let my sister read it. And then I was looking for it one day, and I was like, you finished The Fault in Our Stars, right? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, can I have it back? And she's like, oh, I gave it to my friend Sasha. No. And I told her, I was like, my book better come back in perfect condition or you are both dead. Question number 8 is, have you ever told somebody you haven't read a book when you have? No, I don't really see the point in that. Unless it's like slightly embarrassing, but like I've read some pretty trashy, embarrassing YA novels that I will straight up admit I like Simone Eccles' Perfect Chemistry trilogy is super trashy, super tropey, YA, bad boy meets good girl in literally all 3 books. But I really love them. Like, I know they're not the best, they're not written the best, it's not the best storyline, it's not very original, but I really did enjoy it. But I'm also a sucker for like the bad boy, good girl type of thing, so, you know. But I don't get the point in lying that you haven't read a book when you have. Question number 9 is, have you ever skipped a section or a chapter of a book? Again, it's not something I've done on purpose, I've probably done it on accident. Just because sometimes my pages get stuck together, and then I'm just like, it's not like chapters or sections, it's normally like pages I'll accidentally skip, and then I'm like, oh my god, wait, how do we get from here to here? And then I realize like I've skipped like a page or 2. But no, I don't normally skip them. I know a lot of people say they do if it's like a multiple perspective novel and it's the perspective of somebody they don't like, but then I'm like, but what if I'm missing information in this perspective that is gonna like really mess up some stuff later on? So no, I don't skip. Question number 10 is, have you ever badmouthed a book you actually liked? I don't think I've like outright badmouthed it, but I can see the bad in some novels, even if I like them. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh my god, this book is like the best thing in the world, even though it does have problems. Like, I will acknowledge the problems with the book. As for the overall outcome of this, am I a guilty reader? No, I don't think so. What, I dog-eared pages and I only lied about reading a book for class? Like, is it really? And I spoiled somebody like once. So I don't think I'm really that awful. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. I will see you guys next Thursday. Goodbye!